Hi guys, Counsellor 7 from Counsellor 7 Consultancy. So I've had to change my business name. Here in Australia we have a rebel bikie gang, and a lot of people were saying to me, are you affiliated with that? And it was just not a good look. Even though a lot of my friends are bikies and are bike riders. So, but I just didn't really want to be affiliated with something like that. So, not that there's anything wrong with that, but just it scares people away. So when they see my card and they see rebel, they think, oh, okay, whatever. And that's not me at all. I'm the social activist. I'm the guy that's so inclusive and is into social activism in a big, big way, and really cares about the underdog and really cares about the weak and the downtrodden and minority groups in society. So I'm just going to jump straight into it, and I'm going to just draw a card for tonight, 3 cards for tomorrow, and 3 cards for Sunday. Hoping you have a good weekend. It's going to be, the energies are actually starting to lift a bit, slightly, although I've felt a bit of a heaviness over me for a few weeks now. So I don't know if anyone else is feeling that, but we're sort of stepping into new paradigms, we're sort of shifting things, releasing outdated, outmoded ways of being that no longer serve our highest and greatest good. As a bi guy, I sometimes think, would I be better off with a wife than a husband? But, you can't help who you fall in love with, so, you just gotta be open-minded. Just gotta be open-minded, yeah. But we don't do trickery, and we don't do fuckery either, and we don't sell ourselves as slaves to people, okay? So you have to do what makes you right within your own eyes. When you look in the mirror, you need to feel good about yourself. So, we don't sell ourselves short. We don't give ourselves away for free. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, we're worth everything we want. We're worth happiness, we're worth joy, we're worth prosperity, we're worth creativity, we're worth everything. And if they're not giving it to you, just bite the bullet and say, that's it, you're not giving it to me, I'm gonna get it somewhere else. Because there's plenty of fish in the sea, big ocean out there, massive ocean. Right, so we're just gonna get straight into it, just shuffling some cards. For the truth of the universal power within me, it is commanded that a true, honest, and accurate reading be given for tonight and this weekend. Let's see. And there we go. Oh, compromise. Yeah, that's what I was just saying, relationships aren't about compromise, actually. They're not. They're actually about authenticity. They're about honesty and communication. If you're having to compromise all the time, you're having to sacrifice all the time, having to give up what you want, that's not a relationship. That's not a relationship. You're being controlled, actually. You're sacrificing. That's a sacrifice. That's not a relationship. The compromise card, which is also the 6 of coins, is, it's a very yin-yang energy, very twin flame energy. But the thing about this twin flame energy is that, you can look at them and you can see that they're twins, but they're very different in the way that they're dressed. One of them's wearing red, the other one's wearing blue. One's got red around his neck, the other one's got yellow. So they're individuals. And they're touching fingers, pinky fingers. So it's like they've got a common understanding. And communication in relationships is everything, and we're finding now that people are just aren't happy compromising anymore. It's just like, no, I need to make me happy now, like I want to make other people happy, but I need to do what makes me happy, because unless you're happy, you're never going to make anyone else happy. And there's so many people out there that are just full of deception, lies, that cheats. Most guys like me would rather their partner come to them and say, look, let's just go out and pick someone up and have some fun. Do you know what I mean? Instead of going behind their back, or I'd rather an open relationship where everything's open and out and free and transparent. No lying or cheating or any of that shit, because that's just negative energy. It's very base level energy, and it's fear-based energy. And usually if you're an empath, or you're spiritually aware, that can really send you off balance when this shit's going on. And you just have to You just have to say, no, enough's enough. You know, I love you, but I love me more, you know, to walk away and to walk into a relationship where, you know, I am fulfilled, or, you know, but you have to be open-minded too. But that doesn't mean that you can't be friends still. It doesn't mean that you can't be connected with that person. It doesn't mean that you can't have some sort of connection with that person. It just means if they're not fulfilling you completely on a vibratory level in terms of what you want or what you need in a relationship, then the relationship's not working and it's never going to work. They can say until the cows come home, work at it. But if one of you is cheating or lying or, you know, being deceitful, or one of you is putting in all the work and the other one's not putting in any work, then, you know, that's not a relationship. That's being a servant. That's being a slave to someone. And we don't do that. We don't do that fuckery. We don't do that trickery. So, yeah, so tonight, be careful what you ask for if you're out on the town, or, you know, you're out with someone, you know, and you're asked to compromise, like, you know, and that's beyond something you wish to compromise on. Be prepared to say no. Be prepared to say, no, sorry, no, the answer's no. This is no, that doesn't feel right for me. It might be true for you, but it's not true for me, and I'm not going to compromise, actually. I'm not. You watch people get their noses out of joint because they can't control you then. They're like, oh shit, we can't control you anymore. We can't manipulate you anymore. There you go, and then they don't like it. So just make sure you stay true to yourself, stay within your authentic self. Be kind and polite, you know, but, you know, stay true and authentic, stay within your authentic self. I just broke up with someone, actually, and I left a present, actually, on their doorstep. Wasn't cheap either, you know, for his birthday. But yeah, same situation. I was give, and there was no give back. There was nothing, no verbal. After 8 months, it was like, you know, but this is going nowhere. There's no connection here. Not for you. At least I didn't feel there was. Yeah, it didn't feel right to me. Tomorrow morning. Ooh, some of you are waking up fulfilled in the morning. Totally fulfilled. So after a night of laughter, symbolized by the dolphins, a night of fun and laughter, some of you are waking up feeling fulfilled, refreshed, revitalized, ready to go about the day, where your emotional needs are being met. So tomorrow is a day to have your emotional needs met. And it's a 10 as well, which in numerology is a 1. And it's a new beginning. So, you know, tomorrow is a new day. Every day we wake up is a new day, you know. You just have to sort of get out of bed and just... I usually start my day with music and dance, actually, every day. Music and dance. But I live in an apartment block now, and I've got to be careful what I do, because I'm starting to listen with headphones and dancing around, try not to sing too loud, because I tend to wake people up. But, you know, you've got plenty of time to sleep when you're dead, like, seriously. Go to the great halls of sleep and rest in peace for however long you need to, but the rest of us are just going to have a good party, okay? Tomorrow lunchtime, bang, Mastership. There we go, Mastership. This is an extra card in the tarot deck, which is the Rider, it's based on a Rider-Waite deck, but it's actually the Osho Zen deck, so it's Buddhist, actually. Which ties in with my Reiki, you know, study of Reiki, Osho Zen. So yeah, so tomorrow you're going to be called on to master certain things. So you may have a few issues going on around lunchtime, and you think you just have to, you know, be in control of your emotions. You know, not react too badly to situations, and, you know, just take things easy, take things really simply. I mean, the thing about working as a master is it's more about simplicity than anything else. Like, it's actually more about common sense, believe it or not. More people have money than they have sense, common sense. So, you know what I mean? They just don't have any common sense at all. And stepping into a mastership energy is really about just simplifying things, just really, really simplifying things. Some people can't handle that. Some people don't like that. Some people, you know, need complexity. They need to always be doing shit. They need to be, you know, dealing with other people's problems or creating problems for themselves, and you just have to, like, just zen out, you know, just take it easy tomorrow. So around lunchtime you might find that you've got a few issues come up, a few emotional issues, a bit of emotional trauma, something might be triggered in you either tonight or tomorrow morning, and you're just going to have to let go of that and just, you know, be open-minded. But like I said, it's not about you doing what everyone else wants. Don't think that, because it's not that at all. If that's what they're telling you, they're lying. Okay, it's not about that. You have free will as a human being. A human soul, you have free will. You always have free will. No one can ever take that away from you. If they try to take away your free will, they will have to deal with divine retribution at some stage. When they do their life review, when they die and pass over and do their life review, they will have retribution and compensation. We all have retribution and compensation. So, you know, you just have to bite your tongue sometimes and just say, you know what, I'm not going to fight this battle. You're going to get what's coming to you when you die. Don't you worry. You know what I mean? Sounds nasty, but it's all done above board and lovingly and full of compassion and, you know, like, okay, you want to be a bastard to me? Go ahead. That's fine. I'm just going to take the splinter out of my eye because you've got a log in yours. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm just going to turn the other cheek. Yeah, so, yeah, you just have to take it easy. The triggers tomorrow, definitely. When the MasterCard comes up, it means you're being triggered because you're being triggered to grow and develop and adapt and expand your mind and your heart chakra, and you know, your energy system is changing. So yeah. Oh, and that's interesting too. So you got the source, which is, you know, and ultimately that is what is so important for me as a metaphysician, is divine source. The creator of all that is, which is actually, I call it God. You may call it, I don't know, Nirvana, the light, prana, chi, Buddha consciousness, Christ consciousness. You may call it a whole host of different things, the universe, whatever. I usually call it the creator of all that is, or Papa, I call it. Yeah, or, you know, God. But yeah, tomorrow actually you're going to be given an opportunity. Yes, you're going to be given an opportunity to act on something. Okay, because fire is action, activity, creativity, passion. So tomorrow you're actually going to have an opportunity presented to you that you may need to act on. You may need to act on it very quickly, because with fire it's very quick, you know. So you may find that tomorrow you're going to be given an opportunity that's going to fill you up to a point, you know, give you emotional fulfillment, feel like you've been given the recognition that you deserve. But at the same time, it's going to trigger stuff for you. So you just have to be careful, because I believe there's going to be people around you that will just be watching you very closely just to see how you react. We're all being tested right now, all of us. Some of us have become very clairsentient and very clairaudient. We're hearing a lot of, I know with me, there's a lot of wayward spirits floating around. Even they're testing us. So, you know, you have to just take it easy, take it really, really easy, and just question things, and, you know, really test theories. Don't just take things as gospel. You know, if you've got like, and this has been happening with me, I've got a wayward spirit hanging around, and they're just, every time I say something, she says, oh, you're wrong, oh, you're wrong, oh, you're wrong. And I'm like, well, you know what? If you're so right and I'm so wrong, then why don't you show me a better way? Because for all you know nothing unless you can show me a better way. I've done a degree in metaphysics. I know what I'm talking about. Unless she can show me a better way, she doesn't know anything. She doesn't know jack. It's definitely a female voice. Female voice. She does not know shit. Unless she can show me, demonstrate a better way, she doesn't know anything. And so I've got this wayward spirit that's attached themselves to my home. And so she's, you know, she's like, oh, you're wrong about this, oh, wrong. And I'm like, well, you know what? You need to show me a better way. I'm open and receptive to learning. So you need to test those. If you're all of a sudden your clairaudience has come on and you're hearing those voices, you need to test them. Test them as much as they're testing us, because you know what? They think they're high and mighty because they're on the other side of that veil, but actually that's not the way it works. The hardcore ones of us are the ones that are actually in physical manifestation doing the work, not the ones that are on the other side doing the work. We're the hardcore ones. We're the ones that actually manifested in a physical form to actually help the earth ascend into higher realms of being. They're just floating around in the ether, you know, floating around in the astral plane, the fourth dimension, fifth dimension. Some of us are actually star seeds. We're from like the sixth dimension, upper levels of the sixth dimension. So, you know, we're pretty enlightened beings, and we don't take it lying down. So when you do start to hear voices, because a lot of us are hearing those voices, you need to test them. You need to say, you know, well, you know, if that may be the case, you need to prove that to me. You need to show that to me. You need to demonstrate it in my three-dimensional reality. In my three-dimensional reality. Make them work for it. Make them work for it, because it's harder for them to put it in your three-dimensional reality than it is for you to draw it into your three-dimensional reality, believe it or not. So you make them work for it. If you want to teach me, that's fine. I'm open and receptive to that learning, but you need to show me in my 3-dimensional reality a better way. And until you can do that, I'm not going to listen to you. I cancel, clear, delete you from my reality. Goodbye. I cut the cord. Call in Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael, cut the cord to this one. Unplug. Tell them to unplug. It's like a telephone, switch. They're plugging into you, and you're hearing them. You just have to say, look, listen, I can hear you. Would you mind unplugging? Because I don't want to hear you all day. Do you know what I mean? When I'm at home, sitting here, meditating, listening to music and things, I don't want to hear you, okay? You keep telling me I'm wrong on this and wrong on that. Well, unless you can show me a better way, just unplug, because I don't want to hear you anymore. Half the time they don't even realise they're plugged in and you can hear them. They're like, oh, okay, yeah, no worries. I'll plug out. Thank you. They don't realise, So you just have to be like, I'm aware. I can, you have to let them know. I can hear what you're saying. I am open to it, or not. I'm not open to it. I'm not open to that. That doesn't work for me. It might be true for you from where you are, but it's not true for me where I am. And that's okay. You have free will to do that. So tomorrow, being filled up emotionally, being in an emotional situation that's actually going to trigger emotions in you. And a new beginning, something that you'll be asked to act upon, maybe asked to act upon it quickly, and you'll have to just make that split decision. By Sunday morning, I'm just going to take them from the top. There we go, participation. Okay, participation. This one's actually like your ship is coming in on Sunday, okay? Your ship's coming in. So this is very symbolic of autumn. So I feel like for me, even though you're being given this opportunity, it won't actually begin until, we pretty much are in autumn now in Australia, but if you're overseas, it won't happen until autumn. So, or if the event that's taking place, you've been invited to actually go work on or something like that, you won't be doing that until autumn, their autumn. So, it won't go live until their autumn, end of their autumn. So, but there's definitely a connection with autumn because you've got the leaves falling from the trees there. But your ship's definitely coming in relation to that as well. And, things are happening. Things are going to be very good. This is about enterprise too, participation and enterprise. And it's experiencing as well. So there are things that you do need to release, like the leaves from the tree. You need to release those things that no longer serve your highest and greatest good. Old patterns of behaviour, old thought patterns, old, ways of it relating to people, things like that. I mean, lots of people are jumping ship when it comes to their sexual preferences in both directions, believe it or not. I know you don't hear that very often, but it's happening. A lot of gay men are now saying, oh, no, you know what? I think I might just want to get married and have kids and have a wife because, they're just done with men. You know what I mean? So that's happening on both levels. It's happening in both communities. But be open-minded. Be open-minded because you never know. You might say, I'm done with men, and then in walks Mr. Right, and you're like, oh, shit, okay. It's better just to be inclusive. I just tell people I'm inclusive. Do you know what I mean? I'm whatever. I'm, bisexual. It's easier that way. Oh, wishes coming true. Wishes coming true. Remember I did this reading on, I think it was Monday, and we had this reversed. We had that reversed. I said there was going to be a wish come true this week, but it would come in a way that you weren't expecting it to happen. It'd be slightly different. But this is actually telling me too at this stage that you actually need a bit of a holiday first. So even though you're going to be given an opportunity and ask you to act on it quickly, it's almost like they'll say, but you know what, you've got 6 weeks to just take it easy, just lay low, just go to the gym, just go do yoga, just lay low, do whatever. Just go fishing, go swimming, do whatever, wherever you are in the world, just do something, just relax. Just be lazy for a few weeks, just chill out. That's hard for me because I'm a workaholic usually. When it comes to physical activity, I'm walking everywhere and dancing every day and, doing gym and all sorts of stuff. So I joined the gym today, But yeah, this is a wish come true, but they're going to give you some time. They're going to say you need to act on it quickly in terms of accepting the opportunity, but you're going to have time to actually, before the event begins. So before you need to start rehearsal or whatever it may be. I think there's a few musicians watching this video. So, it's like, before you actually have to start rehearsal, you'll have a few weeks, and I'll just be like, we want you just to zone out, just chill for, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. until this all happens. But yeah, definitely a great weekend ahead by the look of it. Don't compromise. You know, if you know what you're worth, don't accept pittance. Don't accept nothing. Don't accept shit. You know, I mean, if you're in the arts, I mean, this is why. Well, the reason why I'm talking about the arts so much is because I actually am from an arts background. I'm a dancer. I'm a dancer actor. Not much of a singer, but yeah, I taught Latin, ballroom, Nouveau, street Latin. I've danced my whole life, so dance is my thing. So you know, but the thing is that if you are given a contract, make sure you get what you're worth for it, okay? Because you know what those networks make off those shows. You know exactly what they make, so don't sell yourself short. Don't compromise. They might say, oh, look, you know, you can't pay you that much because it's too much. It's above industry standard, and that's when you turn around and say, well, I'm going to go to Actors Equity and find out what an industry standard is, because you're not going to go on a TV show for $500 a week. That's like, you know, that's, you know, try more like $90,000 a month or something, $100,000 a week. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, no. You're not going to sell yourself short. Don't you dare do that. If you've got a music studio coming to you saying, we want you to do this and that, you're like, well, you know what? I want to be compensated fairly. What fairly is to you might be different to fairly to them. Just say I want to be compensated fairly and see what they say. Fairly to them might actually be better than what you're expecting it to be too. Don't forget that. It may actually be more than what you're expecting it to be. Because this is a wish come true. Yeah? And if you've got a poverty consciousness and you're used to being paid a pittance to work, and all of a sudden you're being given a great opportunity, and you have to let go of that idea that, you know, you can't make a lot of money off doing what you love, because all your life you were told, oh, you'll never make any money out of doing that. You'll never make any money out of doing that. Go get a job. Go get a trade. Go work at McDonald's. Do you know, you may actually be thinking, oh, you know, you may be surprised. You may be pleasantly surprised. You may actually think, oh, shit, I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, definitely. If that's the case and it's something you really, really want to do, jump on it. Give it everything you've got, because that's the universe saying, no, we're pushing you in a new direction now. Because remember, a lot of us are letting go of things that no longer serve our highest and greatest good. And we want to be happy. We want to be at peace with ourselves. We want to be working creatively. We want to be surrounded by nice, happy, positive, high vibrational people. You know, so you just have to be really open-minded with that. But by Sunday night, see what I said? There's your opportunity. I've channeled it already. And you've got 2 aces at the top too. So you got Saturday night. You're going to be asked to act on something very quickly, make a decision about something that you may possibly be passionate about. And then by Sunday night, they're like, yeah, right, cool. You've accepted the opportunity. We'll get our contracts out to you. Bang, this is what's happening. You are actually on your way. So yeah, this is a job opportunity for a lot of people. Usually when this comes up in my own cards, it's a job opportunity. But it can represent, you know, a windfall of some sort. And a windfall doesn't have to be winning the lottery. A windfall could be for some people, you know, that you actually wanted to go on a particular TV show. And you have. You've been given that opportunity. That's a windfall, especially if they're going to pay you well for it. You know what I mean? Like, that's an opportunity that could lead on to something bigger and greater and better. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, even though you may not see what's happening now, you may have just a glimmer of what's happening, and you may have a lot to learn, and you may actually have to you know, listen a lot more. You may actually be quite pleasantly surprised. You may be surprised at where it will lead, you know. A lot of people are starting to step into the law of attraction, the law of cause and effect. Some people have been working on their manifestations for years and years and years and years and years. But they've never actually been a vibrational match for what they've been asking for, so they've never been able to manifest it. Then they've had major life shifts, you know, they've made changes, they've had to actually work on themselves physically, mentally, emotionally and spiritually to get to a place to where they're actually able to be a vibrational match for what they want to call in. Do you know what I mean? And now they are getting there, things are starting to happen, things are starting to move forward. So I'm just going to draw a few more cards. So it looks like, yeah, this weekend, don't compromise. Don't compromise. Do what you want to do. Do what you enjoy. Do what you love. Know what you're worth. Have self-worth. Allow yourself to master something in your life, an emotional, situation. Be the master of your emotions, master of your mind. Challenge spirit when spirit's talking to you. Don't accept it for gospel. You don't know what's talking to you. In reality, it could be something so demonic you have no idea. You need to question it. You need to get it to prove itself. Ask it the same question 3 times. By the law of God, it must answer the truth on the 3rd time. It must. Ask it the same question 3 times. If it doesn't answer, if the final answer is different, it's been lying to you. I'm not wasting my time with you. You're a lower level frequency. I don't want anything to do with you. Then turn to your other side. I've just spoke about this before. Turn to your other side and say, what's going on? What's going on here? Turn to your cards, turn to your pendulum, turn to your astrology, go see a reader, say, look, I'm getting this message, what's going on? And they'll be able to help you. Overall, we're looking at integrating your masculine and feminine qualities, okay? Balancing out karma and dharma. Some of you are going to be receiving gifts this weekend from people that you were never expecting to receive gifts from in a million years. This is sort of like it's not a payback, but it's it's an opportunity for other people to pay it forward because you've been helpful to them as well. So I've just recently did that with my sister and a friend of mine. Just paid them back a bit of money to help them, in their situations. My friend Helen, please pray for her. She broke her back, and now she's on a walker. I think she's about 67, 68. Well, now she's very unwell, in a lot of pain on endone and doing really, really, really poorly health-wise. So I'd love it if you could all pray for her or do a spell or do some incantations or send her some Reiki, whatever you do. I'd love for you to do that for her. She really would like that. Her name's Helen and she is in Melbourne, so sending a shout out to Helen. But yeah, we're integrating negative and positive polarities within ourselves, darkness and light, and we're finding our way forward this weekend. Isolation is coming to an end. Those are tears of gold. Those are tears of joy. You are finally realizing that people have got their lights on for you. I know that sounds weird, but I've noticed more so now. I drive around town everywhere I go, even in the middle of the day with my lights on. And I've noticed that a lot more people are doing that now. It's almost like a signal to other drivers. I'm a light worker. I'm a spiritualist. I'm a Buddhist. I'm a Christian. I'm religious. Whatever it may be. If you drive around with your lights on, your car lights on, it usually means, or you've got someone in spirit that you believe is watching over you. You must believe in an afterlife if that's the case, because why would you do that? Do you know what I mean? You do that to honor that person. So obviously that person must know that they're being honored in order to be honored. So, the isolation's coming to an end, and in 3 days, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday, isolation's coming to an end. You're going to melt that ice, you're going to break the ice with a few people, see what's going on, and they're going to show their support, their love and kindness and support to you. And the last card, oh wow, look, both of these are actually isolation and breaking through. Look, see? You're melting the ice with this one, the boundaries, the ice, but this one you're actually shattering through. You're breaking through that glass, yeah? This is to do with communications as well, breakthrough. So, and it's an 11-11. Well, we all know about, the 11-11. So, master vibration. So, things are actually moving in a positive direction this weekend. Don't go back to old partners that don't fulfill you. Don't think, I'll give you another chance. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because if they haven't been able to prove themselves after, 6 months, they're not going to in the future. So don't. If they can't, don't go back to anyone. Allow yourself to say, oh, look, you know what, I'll have a connection with you. I'll be friends with you. I'll be amicable with you. But I'm not going to actually be in a committed relationship with you because you don't fulfill me. Respect yourself enough to do that. Respect and love yourself enough to say, you know what? I'll be connected with you. I'll be your friend. I'll be your buddy, whatever. But I'm not going to commit to a full-time committed relationship to you because, you know, for whatever. I mean, a lot of you out there have been seeing red flags. I mean, my last partner was actually my false twin. My false twin. And I actually dropped a birthday present off at his house this morning. So, you know, I mean, you know, it's not, he's a false twin. He's not a real twin. He's a false twin. He was actually designed to actually get me to a point where I would go, no, you know what? I love myself enough to walk away from this and into the arms of the person I'm really meant to be with. I love myself enough to let go of old patterns of behavior that don't suit me anymore, and I'm going to walk in another direction. I'm going to repent. That's what repentance means, turning around and walking in an opposite direction. I'm going to repent, I'm going to turn around and walk in a new direction, and I'm going to start a new life. So these cards are very relevant to me too. Oh, and yeah, it's about trust too, see? And this is a Cancerian, actually. There's a Cancerian around you somewhere, and she's a flyer. She loves to fly. She's a jet setter. She loves to free fall. She probably is into like adrenaline sports as well. It's like real high activity type sports, you know. Very active person, long dark hair usually. But you know, let's see what the dynamic of that relationship is going to be. Oh wow, okay, you got the Magician. So this is actually going to bring in a real magical energy. Really magical energy for you. Yeah, it's going to be great. And you're shooting star, falling stars, you know. And I feel like actually when you're around this person, if you're around them at night, you actually will sit there and watch for shooting stars. It's one of those types of relationships. It's got a real innocence about it. And you will see them, actually. That's the thing about it. When you're together, you'll see them. You'll be like, oh, there's one. And then, you know, I don't know, half an hour later, you'll be like, oh, there's another one. I'm seeing you actually all down on, you know, near water. I'm near water. But, you know, wherever you are, you know, even in Sedona, Arizona, you know, which is in the desert, I feel like you're still going to be, it's still the same type of relationship. You know, you're finding wonder in innocent things in life. Things that you can't pay for. You can't pay for a shooting star. You can't pay for a shooting star. How do you pay for a shooting star? Seriously. Well, they're going to start charging for that now. Every time you see a shooting star, we're going to tax you. No, I don't think so. So it's enjoying those sorts of things, you know, just sitting, enjoying a drink, enjoying a wine or a beer on the beach and just, you know, just watching the stars. This Cancerian's a really lovely lady. Really nice woman. Maybe this is for me. I don't know. I was planning on going out tonight, but I don't know. Maybe I should. I don't know. But look, bang, there we go again. Rebirth. Now, sometimes the Ten of Swords, people can say that means like, you know, betrayal, actually. But with the Rebirth card, it's more about actually learning to stop betraying yourself, stop betraying your standards, stop betraying your true tribe, your real tribe. You know, stop betraying your standards, stop betraying, you know, stop putting yourself down, stop being so hard on yourself, stop being your own worst enemy, you know, and just allow yourself to be that lion, you know, the lion of, you know, yeah, allow yourself to be fierce and free and king of the jungle. And you can see the child spirit coming out of the lion is actually playing a flute. See? So this is connections with music as well. So the person that you're going to meet is Cancerian person. And they could be a feminine energy too. They might not necessarily be a woman. They may actually just be a sacred feminine, as you know, a male that's a sacred feminine. You know. So if you're a gay guy out there and you're thinking, oh, that sounds like someone I know. Yeah, it very well could be. It very well could be. So, you know, there's music involved. So yeah, maybe it's going to be a good time to go out this weekend. I'd probably suggest if you're going to go hit the dance floor, do it tonight. Do it tonight on a Friday night. Don't do it Saturday night, because Saturday you're going to be actually working through integrating different things. You're going to be releasing isolation. So you've got a few social functions on probably around lunchtime. And then by afternoon, you're starting to really make some breakthroughs. And then by Sunday morning, you're participating in life a little bit more. You're releasing things once again that don't... Look how many cards here. Look. Melting the ice. Making breakthroughs. This is social interaction too, by the way. Releasing emotions that no longer work for you. Integrating lessons. This is a big weekend for a lot of us. Big weekend. Rebirth. This is a massive weekend for a lot of people, actually. And so, yeah. Look, I just want to say as well, thank you so much if you're tuning in and watching my videos. I really do appreciate it. And, you know, please hit subscribe. I would love for you to do that. I'm coming up to 40 minutes now, so I'm going to have to end this video. But I want you to just embrace the spectrum, okay? Embrace the spectrum, because life's a spectrum. Spectrum of races, spectrum of colours, spectrum of disabilities and abilities, spectrum of sexualities. Embrace the spectrum. We're all one family. Have a fantastic weekend. We love you. Love yourselves. Have a good day. Bye.